So in the previous video, it was given only up to question number 7. Here we start question number 8. It is given here, ABCD is a rectangle in which diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. So if you recall this word bisects, it means it divides the angle into two equal halves. Okay. So the diagonal AC bisects angle A as well as angle C. Show that ABCD is a square, and secondly, BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. So first of all, let us prove ABCD is a square. See, to show that ABCD is a square, all the four sides must be equal. The first property is all the four sides must be equal, and each internal angle must be 90 degree. So here let's start. Given AB is parallel to DC, because it's a rectangle, AB is parallel to DC and AC is the transversal. AC is the transversal. So if parallel lines are given and if there is a transversal, then obviously the alternate interior angles will be equal. Okay. So BAC is equal to DCA, BAC, DCA. You can see this. I make a single arc here to understand it in a better way. The single arcs are made. This is BAC and DCA, alternate interior angles. Secondly, again, DAC is equal to BCA. See, DAC and BCA, these are marked as double arc. Okay, these two again, they are equal. But if you recall the question, it is given AC bisects angle A as well as C, which means BAC is also equal to DAC. Okay, BAC is equal to DAC because AC bisects angle A. So now if you combine these three equations, what do you get? That all the angles are equal to one another. So if all the angles are equal to one another, so now in triangle ABC, BAC is equal to BCA. From here we got, as we already proved here. So BAC is equal to BCA. Just you see, BAC is equal to BCA. So if you recall the theorem that if two angles are equal, then the sides opposite to those angles will also be equal. So you can see AB is equal to BC. This theorem is of isosceles triangle. Okay, these two angles are equal, so their opposite sides will also be equal. The reason is written here in bracket. Similarly, in triangle ADC, from these four angles, again I will pick up those two triangles. DAC is equal to DCA. DAC is equal to DCA, which means these two sides are also equal. That is, AD is equal to CD. See here, what we proved is the adjacent sides are equal. These two adjacent sides and these two adjacent sides. But if you see the question, it is told ABCD is a rectangle, which means opposite sides are also equal. If you combine all this together, what you get? All the sides are equal to one another. Okay. So see here it is written. So we can say AB, BC, CD and AD all are equal to one another. Hence ABCD is a square. Now a question may arise in your mind that just now I told that to show a quadrilateral as a square, first of all all the sides must be equal and each angle must be 90 degree. But here I didn't prove that each internal angle is 90 degree. Why? Because in the question it is given ABCD is a rectangle. Then obviously each angle is 90 degree. So it is not required to prove it. Clear? Second part, diagonal BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. Let us draw BD, join BD. After joining BD, the similar procedure here also. In triangle ADB and triangle CDB, ADB, CDB. See, in the question it was told BD bisects angle B as well as angle D. If BD bisects angle B, then you have to show ABD is equal to CBD. If these two angles are equal, it means BD bisects angle B. Similarly here also, if ADB is equal to CDB, if these two angles are equal, then we can say that BD bisects angle D also. And how it will be possible? If you consider these two triangles. If you can show anyhow that these two triangles are congruent, then by CBCD we can show that these angles and these two angles are equal to one another. So I did the same here. In triangle ADB and triangle CDB, AD is equal to CD. You can see AD is equal to CD. Just we proved above, okay? Also, it's a square, already we proved. So AD is equal to CD, then AB is equal to CB. AB is equal to CB, it's a square. Then DB is equal to DB, which was common for both. Okay, that is the diagonal. So now these two triangles are congruent to one another. So easily I can show here the angle ADB is equal to CDB by CPCD. Similarly, ABD is equal to CBD by CPCT. Now, if these two angles are equal and if these two angles are equal, then easily we can say that BD bisects angle B and angle D. Moving on to next question. Okay, so this question, it seems like it's too long. It's very easy to solve. See, in a parallelogram ABCD, 2 points P and Q are taken on diagonal BD such that DP is equal to BQ. So here DP is equal to BQ. Two sides are equal. Show that triangle ABD is congruent to CQB. So here basically two things are given to you. That is parallelogram and two sides are equal. So now let's show APD and CQB are congruent to one another. This is APD and this is CQB. In these two triangles, you see AD is equal to BC. Why? Because these two sides are sides of a parallelogram, and we know opposite sides are equal in parallelogram. So one side you got equal in both the triangle. Secondly, DP is equal to BQ. It was given for us. So two sides you got. So now just you think, if you have two sides, then which congruence property we can use? We have two options. Either we can go for side angle side or SSS. So if you want to go for side, then also you have to show that AQ is equal to AP, which is not possible. So we have to go for angle. And which will be the possible angle here? You can see it's a parallelogram and BD is the transversal. So alternate interior angles will be equal. So here just I wrote the same. AD is equal to BC, opposite sides of a parallelogram. ADP is equal to CBQ, alternate interior. And PD is equal to QB. Why? It was already given. See, you write PD or DP, both is same. So these two triangles are congruent by side angle side rule. So from here we can show that AP is equal to CQ. That means from first question you can prove the second also by CPCT, okay? Moving on to the third one. We have to show that triangle AQB is congruent to CPD. This is ABQ, CPD. Same procedure here as we did in number 1. CD is equal to AB, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Then DP is equal to BQ. It is already given. And one alternate interior angles between them. So you see AB is equal to CD. Angle ABQ is equal to CDP. Why? Alternate interior. And then BQ or your QB, same, is equal to PD. That is given. So triangles, these two triangles are congruent. From here we can show number 4 also. That is AQ is equal to CP. This is the part by CPCT. So up to 4 it is clear. Now you see in number 4 it is asked APCQ is a parallelogram. You see it above. See above. We already proved that AP is equal to CQ and AQ is equal to CP, which means from 2 and 3 we can say that opposite sides are equal, which means it will be a parallelogram. So I did the same here. APQ is equal to CQ. Sorry, AP is equal to CQ and AQ is equal to CP. So just one second. So APCQ is a parallelogram as its opposite sides are equal, and it is one property of parallelogram, if you recall. Okay, so moving on to next question, number 10. Here it is told ABCD is a parallelogram and AP and CQ are perpendiculars from vertices A and C on diagonal BD. Perpendicular means it will fall or it will create an angle 90 degree. So perpendiculars from vertices A and C, you can look at the figure, this figure, okay? So now it is asked to show APB is congruent to CQD. APB, CQD. So first of all, you can see here, it has 90 degree both the sides. So immediately you must think for RHS. Okay, you must think for RHS because here right side you have a right angle here, but also you need one hypotenuse, and its hypotenuse is AB and its hypotenuse is CD. So let's see. So right hypotenuse, one more side you have to show equal, and that side can be AP or CQ, but it is not given here that AP and CQ are equal. So this congruence property we cannot use. So we have to use the alternative one. So let's see, in triangle APB and triangle CQD, angle ABP is equal to angle CDQ. ABP is equal to CDQ. Why? It's a parallelogram and BD is a transversal, so alternate angles will be equal. Secondly, angle APB is equal to CQD. Why? It is already given in the question that this fall perpendicular, so each 90 degree. And third, AB is equal to CD. Why? Opposite sides of a parallelogram. So here we can use by angle side that these two triangles are congruent, and if these two triangles are congruent, then we can show Roman number 2 also, that is AP is equal to CQ by CPCT. Okay, so both 1 and 2 these are proved. Next, number 11. Okay, here you see in this question, just 1 second. In triangle ABC and triangle DEF, AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE. If you recall the theorem, if you recall one theorem, if one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, then the quadrilateral will be a parallelogram. We will use that theorem here. Therefore, I thought to remind you. So now you see, to show quadrilateral ABED is a parallelogram. ABED is a parallelogram. You look at the question, it is told AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE, which means we are going to use that theorem which I told you now, that is one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. And if we use that theorem, then easily we can show that ABED is a parallelogram. I wrote the same. You see, AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE, it was given. So ABED, it's ED, okay, it's ED. ABED is a parallelogram. Then second, it is told quadrilateral BEFC is a parallelogram. You look the further part of the question, it is told BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF. So same theorem again, one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. So you see, in quadrilateral BEFC, BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF, which means this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, okay? Third, AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF. Just now we proved ABED is a parallelogram and BEFC is a parallelogram, okay? Which means AD is parallel to BE. Why? Because ABED is a parallelogram. Also, BE is parallel to CF. Why? Because BECF is also a parallelogram. So, just to recall one theorem, lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other, which means if AD is parallel to BE and BE is parallel to CF, that means all the three lines are parallel to each other. So, you see the first part is solved, that is AD is parallel to CF. I wrote here, as ABED is a parallelogram, therefore AD is equal to BE and AD is parallel to BE. Let us take this as 1. Similarly, BEFC is a parallelogram, so CF is equal to BE and CF is parallel to BE, which means if you equate these two, what we will get is AD is equal to CF and AD is parallel to CF. That is, your third part is proved. Number 4, quadrilateral ACFD is a parallelogram. Just we will use the number third one, which we already proved. One pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. The same we are using in the same theorem in this question, okay? So you see AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF. So obviously this will be a parallelogram. So here also quadrilateral ACFD is a parallelogram. Why? As we already proved here, okay? Then AC is equal to DF. See, if we proved that ACFD is a parallelogram, then opposite sides will be equal. So easily I can say that AC is equal to DF. Okay, that means up to number 5, not only 5, the whole. The whole is, whole is related to that theorem. Basically, we used two theorems here. First is one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, and secondly, lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Okay, by using these two theorems, we solved the whole question. So now, last one you see, triangle ABC is congruent to DEF. This is the triangles. See, AB is equal to DE. Why? Because ABED was a parallelogram, so opposite sides are equal. Then BC is equal to EF. Why? Because BEFC was a parallelogram, so opposite sides will be equal. So in these two triangles, you got two sides equal. So we shall see for the third side. Just now you proved that ACFD is a parallelogram. So obviously their opposite side will also be equal. So AC is equal to DF. So at last what we got is the three sides of this triangle is equal to the three sides of this triangles. That means by side property, we can say that these two triangles are congruent. So this question is finished. The last one. Okay. So this is an important question. You see, in this question, hint was given in down. In exam, you're not going to get those hints. So you have to make by your own. This extension and all, you have to make by your own, okay? Okay, so ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. This is a trapezium and AB is parallel to CD. As we know in trapezium, only one pair of opposite side is parallel. Then AD is equal to BC, okay? AD is equal to BC, okay? Show that angle A is equal to angle B. This angle is equal to this angle. So now what we will do is, from this point C and from point B, we will produce AB. Produce means extend, okay? We will produce AB to a point, or we will produce AB to a point, also the same from C to a point, and this two line will meet at another point, that is E. So AB was parallel to CD, it was already given. And AD is parallel to CE. Why? We made now. This was our construction. So now what we got is ADCE is a parallelogram. So if it is a parallelogram, then AD will be equal to CE. But you see, AD is also equal to BC, which means these three sides are equal to one another. AD is equal to BC and AD is equal to CE, which means BC is equal to CE. We are going to use from here. So let's see. Extend AB and draw a line from point C and parallel to DA, intersecting the line AB produced at E. Clear? This was our extension part. So we get AECD is a parallelogram. Therefore, AD is equal to CE. But AD is also equal to BC. So at last what we got? BC is equal to CE. Now you see in triangle BCE, if two sides are equal, then their opposite angles will also be equal. So I can say CEB is equal to CBE. CEB is equal to CBE. Why? Because their opposite sides are equal. Now you see in parallelogram AECD, angle A plus angle CEA is equal to 180 degree. Angle A plus angle CEA is equal to 180 degree. Why? Consecutive interior angles. Just recall that theorem. In a parallelogram, or if two lines are parallel and if there is a transversal, then the sum of consecutive interior angles is equal to 180 degree. So we just use that theorem here. So now in place of CEA, can I write CEB? I can write this is 180 degree. Also you see CEB was equal to CBE. So in place of CEB, I just placed CBE. That is 180 degree, okay? Because CEB and CBE both were equal. This is the first part. Also you see, this is a linear pair. Okay, so angle B, I wrote angle B because we are talking about the trapezium. So angle B plus angle CBE is also equal to 180 degree. So now both their sum is equal. Also the equations are equal. So I can write in this way, angle A plus CBE is equal to angle B plus angle CBE. CBE got cancelled. I got angle A is equal to angle B. This is proved. Okay. Next, to prove angle C is equal to D. C is equal to D. So now you see, as ABCD was a trapezium and AB is parallel to CD, so their consecutive interior angles will be equal to 180 degree. I can write angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. So I wrote here consecutive. Similarly, you see angle B plus angle C will also be equal to 180 degree because AB is parallel to CD and BC is the transversal. This one. But A and B both are equal. Okay. So equation 1 is equal to equation 2. So what I can do is, okay, here you see I just changed here. Angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. Angle A was equal to angle B. So I replaced, okay. Here only I replaced. Now equation 1 and 2 both are equal. I just placed. B got cancelled. At last C is equal to D. Number 3, to show triangle ABC is congruent to BAD, you have to join AC and BD. This BD and AC you will join, and then you have to show that these two triangles are equal, congruent. If you can show that these two triangles are congruent, then by CPCT you will get AC is equal to BD. That means 4 you are going to get from number 3, and 3 I gave you as a homework. Okay, it's a very simple step. AB will be common. Angle A is equal to angle B, and AD is equal to BC. But by side angle side, easily you can show that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so we will meet next at 8.2.